Now, taking a look at Nelson Rockefeller, of course, the brother of David Rockefeller, who served as governor of New York and, of course, vice president under Gerald Ford. And before I even show the photos of his so-called wives, there's nothing new under the sun, just like Barack Obama and Michael, better known as Michelle. I mean, take a look here. Look at the chest. This is the chest of a man, the traps of a man here, the shoulders of a man, the arms of a man. Put a little makeup on this man's face, you pass off this man as a woman. It's that simple. Now, again, getting back to Nelson Rockefeller and his husbands, not wives' husbands. And the first one I want to show is his first wife, Mary Todd Hunter Clark. And after showing these photos, there's going to be no doubt whatsoever this is a man. Just take a look here at Mary Todd Hunter Clark Rockefeller. I mean, give me a break. Look at the length of these arms, that jaw, that face. Who does this remind you of? Looks just like John Kerry. Almost like they're related. Wouldn't surprise me one bit whatsoever. Just the resemblance is very amazing. Now, take a look at these photos. This is a complete joke. It reminds me of the movie Tootsie. And this is, again, Mary Rockefeller. I mean, give me a break. And for anybody that doubts this is Mary Rockefeller, I have the caption below from, as you see here, the New York Post Archives, NYP Holdings, Getty Images. I mean, this is a dude, no doubt whatsoever, once again. And for those that never heard of the movie called Tootsie, starring Dustin Hoffman, as you can see here, 1982 movie. Just take a look here. This is what Hollywood can do. And this is what they do with these so-called men passed off as women. Okay, the same type of production with the faces, but obviously a man's body. Okay, take a look here once again at Dustin Hoffman and a side-by-side, just for reference. Everybody knows how Dustin Hoffman looks like. But again, if this thing was presented to the public and you never saw Dustin Hoffman like this, you just saw him your whole entire life like this, you would believe it's a woman because, again, like I showed this quote a million times, the quote from Richard Nixon, the American people don't believe anything until they see it on television. Once it's on TV, once it's staying in the news, it's final. Not to be debated, not to be questioned. Something magically happens to people's minds when they see it on television once again. Not just America, the whole entire world when it comes to television. And just like this 1980 to 1982 TV show with Peter Scolari and Tom Hanks called Bosom Buddies. The whole concept of the show is basically these two need to move into a apartment. Their apartment is basically cockroach infested, going to be torn down, and they needed a place to stay and they're desperate. So they had to move into an all-women's hotel, which is completely ridiculous. So they pass themselves off as women. This is what this show's based on. And who owns Hollywood is basically the gay mafia. The Masons. That's what it all comes down to. Just take a look at some of these photos. What people are willing to do to make it in Hollywood. I mean, give me a break. But Tom Hanks, he's a sellout through and through. You know, take a look at here. I mean, completely ridiculous. And there's nothing new under the sun. Take a look here at Milton Berle doing the same thing as they are doing today. And I should also mention the beef he had with RuPaul. I mean, give me a break. It's completely ridiculous how these people operate. Again, like I stated earlier, nothing new under the sun. With Channing Tatum doing the same thing. Either you do this, or you don't have a job in Hollywood. And of course, this just doesn't happen in Hollywood and with these so-called presidents, every aspect of our society, with sports. These two dudes passed off as females. I've covered this many times. You can watch my other videos on the topic with the Williams brothers. Okay, take a look here as well. Another sellout Hollywood actor. That's all they are. Just take a look here as well with a well-known transgender in Laverne Cox. And you see Wendy Williams, another transgender, passed off as a female. But this one, there's no debate about it. He admits that he is a transgender. Now, getting back to Mary Rockefeller, I want to show these examples just for reference, how it's across all boards of society, entertainment, politicians, sports. Again, take a look here. I mean, this is, again, no doubt whatsoever, a man. Of course, with the 3 pyramids in the back in Egypt. Take a look here as well. I mean, quite obvious. I mean, they all basically look like males to me. Take a look at the Adam's apple here. It's a complete joke. But specifically, I want to focus on, again, Mary Rockefeller, who more or less is Marvin than a Mary. Okay, let's look here. Some of these photos again. I mean, take a look at the length of the arm, the size of these hands. Unbelievable. And just for reference, again, a close-up with this one photo in Egypt. And I mean, it's not even debatable. Not even debatable. There's another photo. I mean, Nelson Rockefeller. I mean, what's the deal here? Either he likes females that look like men, or these are men. And this is a man 100%, no doubt whatsoever. Take a look again at that hand. Unbelievable in the height. There's another photo once again. This, he could play in the NBA. Now, moving along to Nelson Rockefeller's second wife, as you see here, known as Happy Rockefeller, supposedly born Margarita Fittler. I mean, this one's going to be quite obvious as well. Maybe even more obvious than the first. But the first one's very obvious too. So, to me, I mean, here you go. Again, that nose, the size of the head, that neck, the shoulders, the arms. Okay, they're both, of course, taller than Nelson Rockefeller. This one here. Look at the size, the width of the shoulders, that neck, that jaw. I mean, the body here. I mean, it's completely ridiculous. This photo here with, again, with Happy. And look at that hand. Look at that body. It's beyond a joke. It's more of the same here. I mean, it's ridiculous. And people don't question this. You know, no, I've not seen any videos on this topic whatsoever. Here's an earlier photo of Happy. And here's one with David Rockefeller. I mean, looks like, for anybody that knows who Pat Patterson is in the WWF, WWE, looks pretty much very similar. Here's another photo here as well. Completely, the size of the hand is completely ridiculous. This is a ridiculous world. Not fooling anybody. I mean, I'm saying not fooling anybody, but I haven't seen anybody question this at the same time. I haven't seen a single video on this topic whatsoever, or anything online for that matter. And again, the size of that hand. Hands don't lie. And that face doesn't lie either. The size, compare the size of faces side by side. Look at this, the stance here. This is a man standing here. This is not a stance of a female. Very masculine position. Of course, this is a dude. Without a shadow of a doubt. Another image, or another photo, I should say. And again, more of the same. Just like this one here, just a little bit of a distant shot. Now, I want to show this video clip of Nelson Rockefeller with Happy. Take a look here. And this is how they do it. These homosexuals can live their lives, you know, for public consumption, for all to see, and not have to hide it. Do it right in plain sight. And millions upon millions of people throughout the world do not question this. Unbelievable.